Hi everyone, my name is Carter from ianaiERP Systems. Today we're going to walk through estimate, and I'll guide you step by step so you can see exactly how this works in your all-in-one ERP solution. An estimate in ianaiERP is a quotation or offer to provide products or services to a customer at a specified price. They are optional but valuable step in the sales process, allowing you to propose terms to customers before finalizing a sale. So as you can see on the screen, we can simply access the estimate under the sales function. So click here. Again, as I said, estimate holds a good value when initializing the sales process, but it can also have subsequent actions that's being derived from an estimate. So as you can see with our consistent line view presentation, we do have estimate number, date and time, customer, who we are offering the estimate to, due date, status, and total amount. And with our menu function, this is almost like a spoiler that with the subsequent options we can either copy or delete the record, accept it, reject it, close the estimate, or navigate to different options based on what you have chosen from the estimate. So let's start the process. Let's say we received a phone call from our customer that they want to have an estimate for a couple of our products. So let's go to add new here. And then as you can see, we do have a pane opened up here. We have date and time, customer that we can choose. Let's say we got a phone call from eMart, right? And they want their payment term is net 30. This estimate's due maybe tomorrow. We need to give them by tomorrow. Location, we're sending these products out from Kabubu plant. And let's say I received the phone call. I'm going to ship it out by September 2nd. And then as you can see, eMart, from a customer perspective, in the pre-filled information, we didn't have any, so their information was not filled. But we're going to be focusing on how we use the estimate, so we're going to skip the adding the address part here. Say we have one purple, one green, and let's say blue that needs to go out. So we have $1,000. But let's twist it a little bit. So we want 10 of each. This way, we're giving eMart a $10,000 estimate. Let's save and close here. As you can see, we have successfully created the estimate number, which is estimate 0017. And the status is open, right? So here, because we provided the estimate, now we are running into multiple options that we can choose, right? So a customer calls back and say, hey, we want to accept your estimate, or hey, we want to reject your estimate, so we can close it, right? So to show that, I'm actually going to copy this record. We have a same estimate 0018 with the $10,000 to the eMart. Let's save and close here. The reason why I'm doing this because I want to show you different ways of functions that's being derived from the estimate. So again, if our client accepted the estimate, we can simply click the accept. Now you can see the status has been changed to accepted. Once they accept it, now we can pick and choose which way we want to go. We can either create the sales order or create the invoice. The reason why we have two different options is that it's basically a different types of sales structure that each company has. So for example, if our client accepted the estimate and we don't have anything in stock, now we need to generate the sales order so they can start manufacturing through sales order and work order. Or if you don't have sales order in your process, and if you have already those stocks available, you can directly create an invoice that will be sending to our client. So here we accepted it, but this one we're gonna reject it to see if it goes. See, now we have changed to our rejected, and we can simply just close this record. For the accepted one, I'm going to copy this again to show you two different ways of doing it. So We now have, let's do accepted here as well. So we now have a 2 estimate that's accepted. One of them is going to go to sales order. So we're going to create a sales order here. Once you kind of populate everything good, you're going to have your sales order created. And then for this one, we're going to just create invoice here. Right. So for 17, we create a sales order. Now it says converted, right? So converted means that our estimate has moved on to the next step, whether that's an invoice or a sales order. So if you go to sales order here, for the $10,000 one, now we do have a $10,000 sales order open that's linked to our estimate, which was estimate 0017. Let's go back to sales order. And then if we save and close, right, and then we're going to issue our sales order. Right, so let's say we want to create invoice because we finished our manufacturing. So here, if we go to our estimate here, it still says converted. Now we need to close this. See, this one was closed. Right. So when we came back, because we issued our invoice, we had finished our sales order here. So for an estimate who we recently went to our invoice, it doesn't create an option where you need to go to sales order back again because you're going to invoice straight. So if you navigate to invoice, it shows the 2 estimate and shipment because obviously you're issuing an invoice to our customer. Now you need to create your shipment. So this estimate was linked to the 19 where we directly converted ourselves from estimate to the invoice. So this is how you utilize your estimate. Again, estimate is a foundation of the sales transaction where you receive your first phone call from your client and then proceed with the subsequent sales interactions. So this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.